Hello everyone to today's IELTS class. Today we are going to be looking at some IELTS speaking. Specifically, we will be doing a practice for IELTS speaking section 1, 2, and 3. Before I get into the IELTS speaking, or sorry, not IELTS listening. Before we start doing the IELTS listening, I just want to make sure, can everybody hear me and see me okay? So, hi, Monica, Ari, Gag, Nemo, Harvier. Can everybody hear me okay right now? Awesome, and everybody can see the board behind me. That's great. Okay, so today we're doing IELTS listening. The materials are coming from our website at www.aehelp.com and www.gieltshelp.com. As you can see, maybe I'm sitting for this lesson. Again, as I said in the last couple of classes, about 2 weeks ago, I broke my left leg, so it's healing. So I have to do some of these classes sitting down, but that's okay. Technology is great help here, so no problems there. I just can't jump around the board like usual. So again, IELTS listening today. We are looking at materials from aehelp.com, gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Thank you for your get well wishes to Ul. I appreciate that. The leg's getting better, Fatima, every day, but it's going to be a few weeks yet for the bone to heal and then a couple months for the muscles and everything. So that's okay. I'll get better. I'm doing everything I can. Awesome. So again, the materials are coming from our website. So this is our website here for academic IELTS. General IELTS looks similar, but of course with general IELTS materials. When you go to our website, you have a full course that you can access here with lots of skills and strategies. Then you have 6 practice exams that you can download here with study plans. Then you have 40 lesson videos that you can watch. Each one ranges from 10 minutes to 40 minutes long. And then you have interactive timed practice tests that you can do online. And then we have all of our audio materials that you can play. There's, I think, 6 CDs altogether and 40 or 50 tracks. So we are going to be using the second course book today from our website and our audio material from our website. I am broadcasting to you from British Columbia, which is West Coast Canada. It is a very stormy day here, but I think the internet is okay for now. So, again, we're doing IELTS listening, and I will explain some strategies and some skills for how to improve your listening score. But for the most part, this will be practice. I will play the audio, and you will have a chance to answer these questions, and I will give you the answer key so you can check your answers. So for all of you who are watching, please have a piece of paper and a pen ready. So get a piece of paper and a pen, or maybe you can use your phone or your computer if you're watching from your phone, computer, or tablet. But do answer these questions, and then I will give you the answers afterwards. So again, this is IELTS listening. The listening is the same for the general and the academic. You're very welcome, Safat. Yeah, I love teaching. I love helping students. So if I'm able to use my brain and my mouth, I will continue to teach. So you're very welcome. Okay, so again, listening. So it's the first part of the IELTS, and of course you have time to review questions. When you have some time to review questions before they play the audio, you have about 45 seconds, about 1 minute to review the questions. What should you do in your review time? So what should you do in your IELTS listening review time when you're waiting for the audio to start? So what do you do? Okay, Monica says read the questions. Absolutely. So of course the first thing is read the questions. So you read the questions, yeah, and when you're reading the questions, what should you be doing while you're reading the questions? So what do you need to do when you're reading the questions? No, don't underline words. So Kans says underline words and keywords. Don't actually underline words. That takes time and it's distracting. So you don't need to underline the words, but definitely you want to pay attention to keywords. There's something else that you need to do. So again, humans, we have 5 senses. Arab 130 has one of the answers that I'm looking for. Visualize. So visualize, see the information, and try, not just try, but actually do, predict the conversation or lecture. So humans are visual beings. We need to see information. So you want to visualize this information that you're reviewing. You want to see it clearly in your mind, and then you will be better able to predict what the conversation or lecture will be about. Okay, so visualizing is one of the key points that you need to do. What's the other one? So what's the other one, guys? So visualizing is one of the key steps when you're reviewing the questions. And then what's the second one? I didn't see anybody say this yet. So you're using critical thinking. You're asking yourself what, why, how. So what is this listening about? Why are they talking about it? How does it work? So critical thinking is one. And then I just saw somebody answer my question. They said paraphrase. Oh, there it is. Fatima Hafeji. Very good. Paraphrase the question. So paraphrase is right. So paraphrase the questions, especially keywords. So you're not underlining the keywords because there's a good chance that you might not hear those keywords. And here we're talking about nouns and verbs especially. But what you need to do is you need to paraphrase the keywords in your mind. Okay, you don't have time to paraphrase on the paper, so you're just doing this in your mind. But at home, do it on paper. Okay, so at home, do it on paper. And during the exam, do it in your mind. Just simply because you don't have time during the exam to do it on paper, okay? So, that's what you need to do. So let's have a look at these questions here for our example today. And let's try to do this. So I'm going to get this as big as I can so you can see it clearly. Okay, so this is from our 4th test, again from our website at aehelp.com. So let's review these questions. The first couple questions are multiple choice. What does the student need help with? And the answer is given for you. That's the example. It says registration, so we know it's about a student who's doing some kind of registration. In which year of the university is the student enrolled? What is the student concerned about most? And then complete the notes below. Write no more than 3 words. Pay close attention to the instructions and or a number for each. And then we have the name. We have birthday. We have library fines due, and notice that the pound sign is given for us. Going on to question 6. Again, write no more than 3 words. Make sure you pay really close attention to the instructions, because when it says write no more than 3 words, it's a good chance that the answer will be 3 words. So what program is the student in? Match the class number with the correct description. And then the student is registered for 1270 with the same professor as previously had, and that is section 1. Okay, so some of the key words here are registration, student, classes. So you want to think about some paraphrasing like courses instead of classes, and pupil instead of student. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's do the listening for this. So everybody's ready. Make sure you have your pen or pencil or your computer keyboard ready. I'm going to play the audio for this now so you can answer these questions. Is everybody ready? Can somebody tell me you're ready in the stream? Yes? Okay, awesome, guys.
This recording is copyrighted by 2 Think One Solutions Inc. and World ESL Tutors. You will hear several different recordings, and you will answer questions on what you hear. There will be time given to read the instructions and questions, and you will be given a chance to check your work. The recordings will be played only once. The test is made up of 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to section 1. Listening section 1. You will hear a conversation between a student and a university administrator. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5.
Okay, so this is when you're looking at the questions and doing what we talked about, so visualization and paraphrasing.
You will see that there is an example. This time only, the conversation relating to this question will be played.
Oh, hi there. Is this the University Registrar's office?
Yes, it is. I'm Deborah Reed, the university's assistant registrar. What can I help you with today?
Great. Thank you for seeing me today, Ms. Reed. I have a few concerns about my registration for the upcoming semester.
The student says she has concerns about registration, so B has been indicated for you. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Oh, hi there. Is this the University Registrar's office?
Yes, it is. I'm Deborah Reed, the university's assistant registrar. What can I help you with today?
Great. Thank you for seeing me today, Ms. Reed. I have a few concerns about my registration for the upcoming semester.
Certainly. What can I help you with? Sorry, what was your name again, Ms.?
Anderson. Melanie Anderson. And well, my first question concerns my student record. I'm beginning my 2nd year of uni, but my first didn't go so well.
You're worried about your marks then, Ms. Anderson, and how they impact your registration status?
Exactly. I don't know my precise average, but it is not good. Could you look into this for me?
Absolutely. Could you please spell your last name for me? I've seen it spelt with either an E or an O in the final syllable.
It's an E. Andersen. My family ancestry is Swedish.
Right then. And the next piece of information I need is your student registration number.
Okay, it seems I've left my student identification with my registration number on it in the car. Can I give you some other piece of information or identification?
Yes, you can. Along with your surname, I can find your account with your date of birth.
Great. It's the 20th of August, 1997.
The 20th of August, 1997?
Yes, that's right.
All right. Let's see your account then. Okay, here it is. Well, I see what you mean about your marks. These are certainly not ideal. However, your average is above the level necessary to proceed to Year 2 of your programme. However, I do see there's a hold on your account which is preventing you from registering for classes.
Yes. See, I thought that was because of my marks.
No, it's not. It's actually because you have unpaid library fines.
Library fines?
Yes. During the past year, you must have been tardy in returning some items to the university library.
Yes, I think I was. Hardly seems like a good reason to prevent a student from registering, though.
I know how you feel, but books are expensive for the university library to acquire, and we must coerce students to pay fines one way or another.
How much do I owe?
£6.20.
£6.20? Well, I suppose it's a relief the total is so small.
You now have some time to look at questions 6 to 10.
So again, this is where you're visualizing, paraphrasing.
Now listen to the rest of the interview and answer questions 6 to 10.
Well, now that that is out of the way, I did have another concern. I need advice on what modules to take in my first semester. I'm in the BA Art History program, but as you can see from my record, I failed a class which is a prerequisite for 2 modules I'm supposed to take this semester.
Yes, it looks like that's right. It was Art History 1270 that you failed. Is that right?
1270. Yes, I took it with Professor Calder. I found his teaching style did not match my learning style.
Right. Well, that art history class is indeed a prerequisite for both Art History 2170 and 2260.
Yes, unfortunately that's what I found out earlier. Is there anything that can be done?
Well, Miss Anderson, I think there is. Here's what we'll do. We'll register you in the module you failed last year, and then we'll put you in Art History 2240, which counts towards your degree in place of 2260. 2240 has no prerequisite, however.
But what about the 2170 class?
Yes, well, that's where we'll have to be creative. Are you comfortable taking an extra class in the spring semester?
Yes, I think so.
Good. We will register you in 1270 and 2240 in the fall, and then register you in 2170 in the spring.
Great. And one final question. Is Professor Calder teaching Art History 1270 again this autumn?
Yes, he is, but I've put you in Professor Hennessy's section instead. I think you'll be more successful.
That is the end of section 1. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, so that's the end of part 1 for this listening. And now we can go through the answers. So let me just get those up here for you. All right. So the first one here is given for you. It's B, it's registration. That's what the student needs help with. Question number 1, which year of university is the student enrolled in? Did everybody get this? So question number 1, did everybody get the answer? Yeah, it's second year of university. That's right. The student says that they are in second year, but they didn't do so well in the first year. So you have to be careful, pay attention to the content. They do say that they're in second year. Okay, question number 2. What is the student concerned about most? Her marks, her registration status, or her identification? So what is the student most concerned about? Yeah, the answer is B. And guys, remember that when you're doing the IELTS in the answer sheet, you need to say B, not second and not her registration status, but you need to put the answer B, okay? So B is the correct answer for number 2. So B is the correct answer. Okay, her registration status. She's not able to register. Okay, questions 3 to 5, the fill in the blanks. What is this student's name? It is Melanie what? Anybody? What was Melanie's full name? It's Anderson. That's right. It's Anderson. I did not get the spelling, but I can check that out for you. Let me see if I can find the page with the answer keys here. So let me just jump to the end here. All right. So let me get this answer key up here for you real quick. Just be patient with me while I locate it in this large book of ours. All right, there we go. So, yeah, okay. So here's the answers for you. Okay, so notice that the answer here is B for the first one, B for the second one, and it's Anderson, spelled Andersen. You have to get the spelling correct, okay? So the spelling has to be correct here for you to get that mark. Number 4, the answer is the 20th of August, okay? So August 20, 20th of August, Aug 20, those are all correct, all right? And for the library fines, the correct answer is 620. They give you the pound sign, so you do not put the pound sign into the answer key. You only put 6.20, okay? That's the correct answer there, 6.20. Then for the major of the student, the major is art history. BA is optional. You can put BA, Kunz, you're asking me is BA mandatory or not, but it's not mandatory. BA just means bachelor. That's not necessarily a part of the name of the major. So it's enough just to say art history. If someone asks you in English, what's your major? You don't have to say bachelor or master or doctor. You just say art history. Okay? So just art history is okay, guys. Keep it simple. All right, number 7 is B. Number 8 is A. Number 9 is C. This was the question asking about which class the student is enrolled in for spring, which class the student is not enrolled in, and which class is the student, I think, taking in the summer. So the answers for 7, 8, 9 are B, A, C. I have to be careful. I don't want to show you the answers for the next part. And then for number 10, the student is very concerned about taking the class with the same professor that they didn't like. So the registration person helps them to take the class with a different professor. So in this case, it's false. Okay, so number 10, the answer is false. The student will have a different professor for this class. Okay. All right. So that is listening section 1. That is the easiest part of the listening section. Most of it is administrative type of information, so definitely practice that at home, writing down names, writing down addresses, writing down credit card numbers, and so on. I hope you guys did a good job in that part 1, and now we will continue with section 2. So again, section 2, we have some time to look at the questions. Before I go into section 2, anybody have any questions about section 1 or about what I've said so far? Does anybody have any questions about section 1 or what I have talked about so far? Okay, Temesgen says yes. If you have a question, just ask me. Now is a good chance before we start into section 2. Okay, no, sir. Is there methods or trick to collect all 10 scores? There's no tricks, guys, in the IELTS. So the IELTS is a standardized test. The only trick, let me see if I can get in front of the screen here. So the only trick is for you to use good paraphrasing skills, good visualization skills, and of course learn vocabulary every day before your IELTS exam. Practicing at home is definitely one important step. If you don't practice at home, your score will be lower. Remember, guys and girls, that listening in the IELTS is not something that we do in real life. So this is an exam. You have to practice this at home. Even in your native language, if you had to do this kind of a test, you would need to practice it at home to get a good score, because this is not a true reflection of everyday life, okay? In everyday life, we don't actually listen in this way. All right, let's go to section 2. Let's look at the information. So here we go. Question number 11. Approximately how long will the tour be according to the guide? Quarter of an hour, half an hour. Questions 12 to 15. What are 4 features of the resort? Night cafe, deadly jellyfish, Cuban restaurant, apartment buildings, restaurants, acres of land, beach access, buffet restaurants. What time is the last call of the discotheque? That's question 16. Question 17 is a diagram question. It's definitely demanding your visualization skills, your spatial organization skills. So here we have a diagram of a cafe, beach bar, entrance, and so on. Question 18 to 20, it's a fill in the paragraph type of question. And here we're asked no more than 2 words and or a number in the blanks. The beach bars serve beer and cocktails from noon until the afternoon. In addition to the small cafe on the beach, they're also offering changing something where you can change in and out of your swimsuit or costume. There's skimboarding, volleyball, football, surfing. Okay, so if I review these questions and I try to paraphrase them and visualize them, what is this going to be about? So can anybody tell me what this listening will be about? What will this be about? So what will this listening be about? Okay, I got your message, Javier, so I increased the size. It should be more clear now. Okay, there's a guide, there's a resort, there's a tourist guide. So, okay, you guys are getting the right idea. It's a tour and there's a guide. What is the tour guide showing? What is this tour guide showing to the tourists? That's an important one here. Facilities of what, Anwar? Lubna's got the right idea. It's not a university. Definitely not a university. There's restaurants, pubs, entertainment, different kinds of buildings. So what is this tour guide showing? You should have been able to figure this out. What kind of facilities? There's a beach, there's volleyball. It's not a zoo. It's a resort, guys. It's a resort. It's a luxury resort. So this, yes, features of the resort. That's right, Kunz. Absolutely. So this is a tour led by a tour guide of a luxury resort. So you should visualize this. So you should see in your mind a group of people walking around a resort, a vacation resort. All right. Now, let's do the actual listening. Here we go. Just give me a moment to load it up. Make sure you have your pencil, your paper ready.
Now turn to section 2. Take some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Listening, section 2. You will hear a woman showing a group of people around an all-inclusive resort hotel. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Now listen carefully to the interview and answer questions 11 to 16.
I'd like to welcome all of you to the White Sands 5-star resort here in beautiful Varadero, Cuba. Today I'm going to show you the fine features you'll get to experience during your stay here at White Sands. Before we begin, does anyone have any questions?
Hi there. Yes, I have a quick question. How long will the tour be? I have to meet the rest of my family for lunch in an hour.
Not a problem, sir. The tour will take no more than 30 minutes. If after this time anyone wants more details on any of the resort's features, I can help them out individually. Any other questions? No? Well, let's get started then. White Sands covers 10 acres of land, including direct access to over 250 metres of pristine Caribbean coastline. It is perfectly safe to swim in the waters here at White Sands, but do be on the lookout for jellyfish in the water. They are not deadly, but their sting does pack a punch. As we pass through the lobby, I want you to take note of the main bar area on your left. The bar is open from 11 in the morning each day and closes at 1 o'clock a.m. each night. As we proceed down the main path, you'll see 4 apartment buildings marked A and B on your left and C and D on your right. Between buildings C and D on your right is one of our finest restaurants featuring traditional Cuban cuisine. We have 7 restaurants in all at White Sands, and we invite you to try your favourites while you are here.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
In our brochure, I read that we are only entitled to 5 restaurant visits per week we stay at the resort. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. The restaurants are only open for dinner, and reservations are mandatory. You will be able to make reservations at the end of this tour or any time before 5 this evening. When you are not dining at our a la carte restaurants, you may eat at either of our 2 buffet restaurants, which are open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Additionally, there is a night cafe, which is open until 4 a.m.
Does the resort have a nightclub for dancing?
Yes, of course. We have a discotheque located at the end of the main resort path, further away from the apartments. This is, of course, for noise reasons. In fact, the discotheque is conveniently located next to the night cafe.
And what are the discotheque's hours?
It opens at 8 in the evening and closes at 3 a.m. early the next morning. Last call for drinks is at 2:45.
You now have some time to look at questions 17 to 20.
Okay, and I realize that because of the limitation of the screen size, it could be a little bit difficult to figure out what's the correct answer here. So just try to remember what the picture looks like. Or if you're using your computer, you can take a screenshot.
Now listen to the rest of the interview and answer questions 17 to 20.
Next, I'd like to take you down to the beach and show you some of the facilities and services we offer. As we approach the beach, you'll notice the brilliant white sand that our resort is named after. The sand is incredibly fine and is lovely to walk on in your bare feet. Now you can see to your left is one of our beach bar facilities. There is also another beach bar about 100 metres to your right. These bars serve beer and cocktails from noon until 4:30 in the afternoon. On your right is a small cafe serving snack food items during the same opening hours as the beach bar. And straight ahead of us is our beach changing facility, where you can change into your swimming costume, use the toilet, or have a shower.
Are there any water sports included in our holiday package?
Good question. Yes, there are. You have unlimited access to our skimboards, surfboards, and beach sports equipment, such as beach volleyball and football. Additionally, you may sign up for windsurfing at our activity desk, located adjacent to the resort lobby. Finally, you may also register for our weekly water polo tournament, which is held each Friday afternoon at 2:30. Does anyone else have any?
That is the end of section 2.
Okay, so I realized that was a little bit tricky. I'll rewind just a little bit there, and then you can listen to the end of that one more time, just so you can get this paragraph completion question. Okay, so just give me one moment.
The beach bar about 100 meters to the beach. You'll notice the brilliant
The rest of the interview and answer questions 17 to 20.
Okay, so here we go for the paragraph completion.
And show you some of the facilities and services we offer. As we approach the beach, you'll notice the brilliant white sand that our resort is named after. The sand is incredibly fine and is lovely to walk on in your bare feet. Now you can see to your left is one of our beach bar facilities. There is also another beach bar about 100 meters to your right. These bars serve beer and cocktails from noon until 4:30 in the afternoon. On your right is a small cafe serving snack food items during the same opening hours as the beach bar. And straight ahead of us is our beach changing facility, where you can change into your swimming costume, use the toilet, or have a shower.
Are there any water sports included in our holiday package?
Good question. Yes, there are. You have unlimited access to our skimboards, surfboards, and beach sports equipment, such as beach volleyball and football. Additionally, you may sign up for windsurfing at our activity desk, located adjacent to the resort lobby. Finally, you may also register for our weekly water polo tournament, which is held each Friday afternoon at 2:30. Does anyone else have any?
That is the end of section 2. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
All right, so let's look at those answers. Just give me one moment here to bring up the questions again. Or the, yep, let's look at the questions here. And then I will give you the answer key, of course. So, approximately how long will the tour be? Did anybody get this one? Let's go back to number 11. So, approximately how long will the tour be? Yes, the answer is C. It's half an hour. Does the speaker say half an hour? So does the tour guide say half an hour here? Does the tour guide say half an hour? Yeah, that's right. The tour guide doesn't say half an hour. The tour guide says 30 minutes. So I just want to show you that the information is paraphrased. And of course, the IELTS is progressive, so each section gets more difficult. And that means that in each section, the paraphrasing is deeper and deeper, so more and more complex. Okay? All right. So now, what are the 4 features of the resort? Did anybody get this one? So you had to be patient. The guide talks about a lot of these points, mentions something, but what are the actual 4 features? So you have 4 points here, and it was really important that you're patient here. Yeah, A was basically the last point that was said. There is a night cafe. There's definitely a few restaurants. The speaker talks about, I think, several different restaurants, right? So most of you are going with D-E-H-A, which seems like it's correct. We'll look at the answer key in a minute and make sure those are the right answers. Okay, what time is the last call at the discotheque? So what time is the last call at the discotheque? Number 16. It's definitely not A. A is when the discotheque opens. C is when it closes. And the last call is at 2:45. I believe that the last call is 15 minutes before closing time. And the closing time is 3. So last call is at 2:45. Does everybody know what last call means in English? So what does last call mean here? Yeah, it means last call for a drink. It means the last chance to buy a drink before the bar closes. That's right. So last chance to buy a drink before the bar closes. Okay, question 17. Who got which diagram this is? Was it A, B, C, or D? Did anybody get which one it is? A, B, C, or D? And you really only had to pay attention to two important pieces of information to get it correct. Yeah, the correct answer is D. So the guide says there's a beach bar to the left, there's a beach bar to the right, and there's a cafe to the right. So the correct answer there was D. Okay, now let's look at this paragraph completion question. So the beach bar serves beer and cocktails from noon until what time? Did anybody get what time? Anybody get what time the 4:30? Yeah, that's right. 4:30 in the afternoon. That was the answer there. Okay, number 19. In addition to a small cafe on the beach, they are also offering a changing what? 19. Changing what are they offering? Changing facility, that's right. Room, you will probably not get the score if you said room, but facility is correct. And you should be able to guess this even if you don't catch it. So never leave blanks in IELTS, listening or reading. You do not lose marks for wrong answers. So make sure that you answer every question, fill in every blank. Okay, so they offer skimboarding, beach volleyball, football, windsurfing, or once a week they have a tournament. What kind of a tournament? Anybody catch what kind of a tournament they have? It's not a water loop, Amrinder, but you're close. It's water something, and it's two words. It's water polo. That's right, water polo. You do not need hyphenation there, it's just simply two words. It's simply water polo. Okay, let me just go to the answer key here, and we'll check those answers. I believe the answer key is around page 130. Just give me a second here. I'll find it pretty quick for us. Okay. So here we go. So number 11 is C. 12 to 15 was A, D, E, and G. Használja az internetet? Nem. Jó. Okay, can everybody hear me okay now? All right, can everybody hear me okay now? Yeah, we're having a big storm here on the northwest coast of North America right now. So the storm is definitely interfering a little bit, I think, with internet connections. All right, no worries, guys, because we're getting to the end of our lesson anyway. So I just wanted to give you the answers here. So number 11 is C. 12 to 15 is A, D, E, G, any order. 16 was B. 17 was D. 18 was 430. 19 is facility, and 20 is water polo. Just make sure that you have the spelling correct for these as well. Okay. So that is listening section part 2. All right. Any questions about listening 1 or 2? Like I said, Ray, we're having a big storm right now in this part of the world, so the storm is causing internet problems, but it should be good now. We're just getting to the end of the lesson anyway. Any questions? Any questions about this section 1 or section 2? Any questions? Yeah, I can see that the stream is healthy on my end right now, so some of you might need to refresh your connection. Okay, guys, then that's it for today's IELTS lesson. So I'm going to stop here for today. We will continue tomorrow with listening section parts 3 and 4. So parts 3 and 4 will be tomorrow. Again, all of these materials are coming from our website at www.aehelp.com for academic IELTS and www.gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Tomorrow, the class will be about the same time, so make sure you join for listening section part 3 and 4 tomorrow. We'll finish that up. And again, don't forget to visit us at www.aehelp.com up here for lots of help with the IELTS, great strategies, and 6 practice exams, 40 lesson videos. So make sure that you check us out there. Listening section is the same for general as for academic, Kuldeep. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at listening 3 and 4. Keep up the good studies. If you have a question, you can contact us at adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. I wish you good studies. It's been a ton of fun teaching you today as well. Hopefully the connection will be better tomorrow. The stormy weather should pass by then. I hope all of you have a great rest of your day and a good night. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow.